All right, welcome back to the channel. So we've got a sort of rare special driver head, Mavrik Triple Diamond Sub Zero. Not available, kind of available. What's the story with these? How would someone get this?
Available to select accounts.
Okay.
So a performance center like ourselves, someone that's sort of more geared towards fitting product, has obviously a demand for product like that.
Yeah.
This would be considered a tour head. Matty, it comes with a TA code, sort of a tour authenticity
I see that.
Code on there. So yeah, it's something, I mean, Callaway have, I think last time I chatted with the guys, there was some discussion of they may have up to 12 or 13 heads available.
Jeez.
Don't quote me, I mean, I know they have the original heads and then they've got the 1 diamond, 2 diamond, 3 diamonds, but they had different ones because they could with the use of AI technology and flash face. So this is one of the versions that are offered on tour and played actually by quite a lot of their tour staff.
It's immediately noticeable how different the shape is.
Yeah,
it's sort of very
different.
triangular on the face.
Yeah.
I sort of think it looks a little bit like the standard Mavrik in that kind of has that fastback shape. The Sub Zero standard crown sits basically on the ground, or the trailing edge. This one kind of sits up a little bit higher.
A little higher.
To my
Does, yeah, you're absolutely right.
So I noticed that right away. One thing you noticed is they've got the weight split 8 and 8. That's a bit different.
Yeah, rather than 14 and 2.
So take that for what it's worth. I mean, obviously you can still change the weights.
You can customize them if you want. I mean, that would be leading towards a slightly more balanced driver. Obviously, this one can be Jekyll and Hyde. It can be your weight at the front, and we just saw it when I was warming up there. 2,600 when the weight at the back, and as much as 1,400 at the weight at the front.
Totally
different. It was
different.
Drastically different. Whereas I think the idea with this one, Matty, is higher MOI.
Yeah.
This is designed to be a little bit more forgiving than the original Sub Zero version.
Which is a pretty interesting concept, because if there's any complaint probably that we've seen or had with that is, sometimes off-center hits aren't the best.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Very different shape. When you look at that leading edge, how straight that leading edge is.
Yeah.
On that sort of top line. 450cc head versus 460 on the regular retail version.
I mean, the face of this doesn't have the graphics that the Sub Zero has. It doesn't have the AI face. This is basically just straight grooves across. Probably a little bit more minimal.
Yeah.
Someone on tour would probably prefer the look of that. I mean,
think
probably
so.
a lot of people watching are going, yeah, I prefer the look of that too. But
most people. Little sort of CG approval there in the middle. Little silver mark. Just
right in the middle.
Went through a CG test, and that's where they found it to be.
Interesting. So what we're going to do, same loft, same shaft, same sleeve, same everything.
Just test it.
Standard Sub Zero, and then I want to see what this does.
Head to head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's a noticeable difference of who the golfer would be that might still stay in this one versus looking towards that one.
Let's see a couple standards.
See a couple.
Lovely.
Standard. Little shape.
Lovely shape.
Ian's only way to hit a straight shot. Heel
I mean, you didn't love it, but it was a good result.
I know, it turned out fine. Low in the head.
Again, good result though.
Not too bad.
That's nice. Very nice. Swing.
Spun up a little bit more of that one, Matty.
It's flying deep though.
It's almost identical to the last one, just spun it a little bit more.
It's a good looking flight.
Bit more neutral maybe?
So far, it's not curving much. I mean, you buttoned the same 2 strikes. They're obviously a little lower than you wanted. Good swing, bud.
Probably the best one I've hit, that one.
That looked great. That's the correct shape that you're looking for. Flying forever. There's definitely a couple in here you've swung exactly the same as. Tell you what, it seems Seems like you've got a higher ceiling with it.
I don't know if I've just made 3 better swings or...
It's hard to say. Well, obviously, hit some more. I think we'll just need to check the averages on efficiency later. Whether or not that was just a quicker club head speed, potentially. It's possibly the reason.
This one it just feels like it's got more in it.
That's going far. Swing.
Yeah.
Seem to be having an easier time controlling that, no?
Just feels a lot easier. It feels more neutral. Definitely feels more neutral.
Part of it seems like you're more comfortable with it. You expect it to start on line more, and you're swinging
Just
faster.
see, as soon as I don't see a golf ball go left,
You'll
like, I can relax a little bit.
swing it. It seems pretty clear that you've upped your speed, 4 or 5 miles an hour just from that. It's a good hit.
Yeah, that feels like one of the ones I hit with the other one.
I think this wants to go a little more left for you.
Maybe lower spin, just curving
It is
a little
bit. The speed is now back up.
Back up, yeah, more comparable.
Yep. Nice. Middle.
Good, yeah, felt solid.
It's moving. Must have been middle. Get on there.
Yeah, it's just quick. To be honest, it really is different swings. Just better swings with
Just when you
second time around.
That's fine. I think that's why we tested twice.
Yeah.
That's great. So it seemed like when you said to me, I made a good swing, good strike, the ball flights, look pretty damn similar. You'd have a hard time telling your flight apart. Now, that being said, I think you seemed a lot more confident with the Triple Diamond. Seemed to take you less swings to get kind of the data that you wanted, and it didn't seem to go as far left on your miss hits.
100% right, and I think I can buy into that MOI story that they say is in there with that. It seemed every bit as fast, probably
100%,
on average a little bit quicker. I think maybe even saw it marginally. Although my fastest single hit was with Mavrik at 170. So
but they both were capable of that high 169-ish speed.
The one thing I will say, it obviously will look like on the trajectories that the Mavrik Sub Zero, the standard Sub Zero, had a little advantage on apex. That for me is just the difference between having 14 and 2 and 8 and 8.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, if I was able to put that that Triple Diamond with 14 at the front, 2 at the back, get that trajectory flattened out a little bit, that would be a driver I would play.
Let's hit a couple.
Yeah, that would be...
Let's flip those up. Because, aside from that right now, there's not a whole lot going on
Not
there.
a whole lot.
You like that tracer?
Oh, the blue. For
A
the
royal
blue
blue for you.
So that one is turned over a little bit. To be honest, I hit it good though. I really did hit that solid.
Smashed. Some good launch and spin separation there, eh?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. That's exactly what we thought. It would just keep the spin up. It would keep the launch up, but it would bring the spin down. That was a little low in the head, Matty. But a low one coming out at 25 rather, and we saw a low one at 32 earlier.
There's a lot more consistency to the shape of this too. Also your low one, you lost 11 yards. It really doesn't matter on the golf course.
Yeah.
Good swing. Trundle. Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, I'd probably...
Probably the best drive you hit in terms of... it's now sort of your 2700 when you slightly one groove loaded is now more like 24.
Yeah.
So you picked up you've saved yourself 7 or 8 yards off that. To me, you aim to play a draw, so the dispersion circle's a bit.
Not
I wouldn't
biggie.
call it a driver that goes left. It's just the way that you hit those shots.
Yeah, but it did bring down that spin rate a little bit.
Yeah, so subtle change with the weights there. Kept your speed. Yeah, so there's your dynamic loft, came down a degree, the way you expected it to.
Face closing over more.
And that's basically why it was a little left of target, but not by much. That's pretty cool. That's the closest, I would say, closest that you would be to playing a Mavrik, but it's still missing the toe heel weight adjustability that you would probably want.
Yeah, it's not going to change my mind in terms of what one I would play, but it's going to definitely give me a feel for the Mavrik for me in its finest form would be something maybe a little bit more in the forgiveness stakes, but move that weight up a little bit and try and find the kind of hot window, which is keeping that spin down.
Be interesting to see if next year's Callaway driver, which should be a sliding weight driver, right?
With some weight, yeah.
So if that is kind of next year's plan, you might start to be one that competes for you a bit.
If you have a really neutral ball flight, you'll love this driver.
Yeah, if you're not looking for the toe side or heel side forgiveness.
That protection.
You definitely hit some of the best drives I've seen you hit, but I agree with you. If you're playing golf every day, for you specifically, strike pattern that way, I mean, why would you even risk it, right?
Yeah. For me, I've even actually been tinkering with my sim, playing it a little open recently, and it's been good. It's been really straight, really straight. Not curving it too much or missing it too much. So, but I think the Triple Diamond is going to be more to the better players' liking. Just be sure when you get fit for it, though, that you have the option to not just go with 2 8s.
Yep.
Be able to go with the 2 and the 14 as well.
Ask them about that.
I think that's key, because
yeah.
The second time around hitting Mavrik Sub Zero, I probably would have went, oh, I actually quite like that Mavrik Sub Zero. I prefer those numbers.
Yep.
But if you have the option to modify this and take advantage of the higher MOI, then you probably would take it.
Yeah, you might as well, right?
There
was definitely no downside to Triple Diamond over standard. And then over time, maybe a bit more forgiving would be good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
All right, well, that is one of maybe 10, 11, 12 Mavrik drivers out there. Triple Diamond, I know there's a single diamond, there's a double diamond. I know. Triple Diamond seems to be the one that I see online most.
Yeah. I've heard of a few people talk about the single and the double. I forget which one's the super low spin. Maybe the double diamond is the very, very low spin one.
It is, yeah.
I mean, it's hard to imagine one that's significantly lower spin than the standard Sub Zero.
You kind of wonder who needs that, right? It's very low spin.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of, the player who's excessive speed and hits up on it a bunch and adds a bunch of loft. If you've got nothing else that will help you kind of knuckle that ball forward, almost becomes like a long driver at that point.
Yeah. Would you say it can live in the drawer for a bit for some customers?
Yeah. I think it's very likely we'll have it as an option for customers coming in now that we have it. So
seems worthwhile, I would say.
Yeah,
there's definitely a market for it.
Definitely, it comes. We've at the 9 degree now, so it comes in 9 and 10.5. Unfortunately, again for our lefty friends, no lefty option.
What can you do?
It's
the same old story. Well, let us know if you guys are curious about even testing the single or double diamond. Maybe try to get those in there.
Yeah, there'll be some sort of forum users who have maybe dabbled in them and traded for them and managed to get their hands on a tour head of some kind. I would be keen to hear their thoughts if they had a triple and maybe went to a double or a single, what the differences were.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.